There are a lot of things that we just don't understand, and there are some things that we should remember that we don't understand. And this is a pretty damn interesting subject. So everybody at home, stay tuned, watch, pay attention, be engaged, because this is phenomenal. There are some things that we just can't wrap our minds around. One of them is time. We cannot imagine time. We get locked into our life, you know. We think, oh, our life is short. Oh, I can think of my great-grandpa, or our imagination of time is extremely limited by the finite nature of our minds. So if you could just imagine every staircase, if that staircase just went forever as far as you could see, and every one of those steps represents, we can kind of wrap our mind around 1,000 years. So if every one of those were 1,000 years, but you can never, ever see the end of it, ever, you can start to kind of get a glimpse of time is something we just don't understand. So if we can't understand 1,000 years of the step that you can't even see at the well, there is no end, somewhere in the middle. There is no end to time. It's fascinating, the things that we don't understand. We don't understand consciousness, like at all. You can ask any scientist, they'll say, well, you know, we came from this one single cell and that kind of multiplied. They don't know how that happened. Like, they don't have any explanation, just other than it happened. All right, well, that's interesting. This handful of dirt, because that's what we all are, basically. You go grab a handful of dirt out here and all the minerals, the zinc, the magnesium, the calcium, all those things are what our human body is. How do you get consciousness out of that? Like, how do you grab that handful of dirt and go, oh, well, there I am. Yeah. Science cannot even begin to understand consciousness. And it's really fun to watch scientists talk about it. I do it all the time because they don't get it. They can't get it. We don't understand distance either. Distance is much like time. It helps us kind of wrap our mind around it. If we all got in a sports car and we all wanted to race and we wanted to go a couple hundred miles an hour and our car never needed gas, we did not need to stop, and we never needed a pee break. We just got in it and we wanted to drive across our solar system. It would take us 4.5 million years. 4.5 million years of never stopping to drive. I mean, just never stopping. We'd be in Matt's old Lamborghini driving 200 miles an hour for 4.5 million years. To kind of give us an idea of just our little tiny solar system that is barely a speck. Like, it's not even a speck. How can we understand our place in this universe when everything can go infinitely one direction and then infinitely inside? It's interesting. We don't understand the power of the mind. We've had 2 experiments out here with remote viewing, and both of them were pretty successful. The first one was more successful than the second one. If y'all don't know what remote viewing is, it is something that's been going on for a very long time, but the CIA and a couple of the defense agency guys, they did a program in the 60s and 70s with Russell Targ and a bunch of other people. It's called Stanford Research Institute. And they did some pretty cool stuff. And the CIA, a number of years ago, released a bunch of the documents on it. And this was just one little drawing that I took because I just thought it was cool. They give these people numbers. Like, here's a set of numbers. Those people don't have any idea what those numbers are. They just said, focus on that and just start sketching out. And then all of a sudden they draw that. They draw that, and it's, and I forgot to put the other picture of what the exact place is, but it looks just like that. It's very similar. It was a location. It was coordinates. And if y'all don't know, y'all would highly recommend watching the documentary Third Eye Spies. It's beautiful because the CIA declassified through FOIA, not FOIA requests, but FOIA lawsuits, Freedom of Information Act. It's really cool. We did, Bonnie, what was it? We had like 15 or 16 people. I put an item in a bag, and I think there was 5 or 6 of them that got it right. I don't remember how many, but we had like a third of the people got it. They nailed it of what was in the bag. They had no idea what was in the bag. It was a really cool exercise and it was fun. So we don't understand what that means. We don't understand the power of our mind. We don't understand the placebo effect at all. Like at all. Like when my mom was cured herself with holistic means with cancer, her primary doctor said, "Oh, well, I guess that just happens sometimes." Like that's all they said. That was exactly pretty close. The exact words were, "Oh, it just happens sometimes." It just happens sometimes that you magically heal stage 4 cancer, breast cancer, and bone cancer? Oh, it just happens sometimes. Like, shouldn't we just examine that and kind of study that and promote that and figure out what's happening? But no. People are healing themselves all the time. There's spontaneous healing. There's sound bath healing. There's just a plethora of stuff that you can do that heals you. All sorts of different meditation practices. It's just so much. But we would be considered the weirdos for even contemplating that and having real life examples of not something I heard down the road or I read in a book that somebody did it. Like, this is my mom, dude. Like, my mom had stage 4 cancer and was gonna die. And now she's 100% cured. And she didn't go to chemo. She didn't do all that bullshit. She didn't take all those pharmaceutical crap. No, she changed her diet. She stopped eating crap. We don't understand the smallest parts of our body. Like this still weirds me out a lot. It kind of weirds me out when I meditate because I can feel it. It feels weird, and I embrace it. But we can't. We don't understand the smallest things of our body. It is so weird that the smallest things kind of look like our solar system. When we go all the way down deep, like it's just kind of weird. And the smallest thing in our body is called the Planck. It's a Planck, actually. And it's a fluctuating light wave. And it goes in and out. It flashes thousands of times, many thousands of times per second. So it's a light wave. It just blinks on and off. Each one of us, as weird as it seems, it is a fact. It's not guess, it's a fact. Many thousands of times per second, we are blinking in and out. My question is always, where the fuck are we going? like what's happening? They're like, what are we connecting to? You know, like, or what are we not connecting to? What are we denying ourselves, or what are we allowing to flourish in this field that's around us? Like, we don't understand it. We just don't understand it. We just can't wrap our minds around that we're 99% space. 99.9% space. Like, if you had a nucleus of an atom, this is so crazy. Like this nucleus and this over there. If that nucleus was a basketball, the neutron and nucleus, the protons would be 2 miles away. Basketball, 2 miles away. Inside the atoms. Like, that's crazy. We're all space. So 99.9% of us is space. And we're going in and out, flashing a bunch of times. Like, what is happening? You know, we're walking around this world, we're getting stressed out over everything. And like, there's a bunch going on that we don't get. We get lost up in this brainwashing and stuff we've been told we need to really be worried about and thinking about. And people are healing themselves and spontaneous and I changed my diet. Now I'm great. Oh, it's weird, isn't it? It's strange. I don't understand it. I need some help. And I love this one. Like, we don't understand. I crack up when I hear people talking, oh, it's climate change. Man, of course it's climate change. We got factual, like, for millions of years, the earth, massive fluctuations, non-stop, up and down. If there was never a human on this planet, the earth would be changing its climate non-stop. With no human, it's gonna change all the time. All the time. Now, do humans play a role in polluting? Of course we do. We're like stupid. Like, why are we even doing that? We should have a massive amount of respect and reverence for Mother Nature. We should treat her well. But, you know, everything goes to money. And when we think of this, things we don't know, carbon footprints, I mean, we're talking about the same people that like to poison our food are the ones telling us we need to, it's just all so stupid. I mean, they're the ones doing it and they're the ones pushing it, but we're the bad guys. You know, I was told that we're going to run out of oil when I was 40, when I was in 8th grade by my teacher. I got into the oil business and I realized that was a lie. It's a big lie. We have enough energy. It's just too much. It's crazy. Most people don't really know what pollution is. If you have we live in oil country here, right? We've all seen the pumping jacks and we've seen them. If you're an operator of an oil well, which I have been, if you spill 1 barrel of salt water, 1 barrel, that is considered contamination that you have to report to the state. They have to come out immediately, and you have to do a bunch of work to remedy that 1 barrel of salt water. 1 barrel. If you have 5 barrels of oil, then you have to report it. So think about that. Most people don't know that. It kind of confuses their mind. Oil is not as dangerous as salt water. 5 times more dangerous, that ocean, for this. Like if you just went and got salt water and poured it on a tree, that tree's dead. You pour 5 barrels of oil on that tree, it's very likely going to be really pretty. It's strange. Like nobody thinks about it. Nobody knows. It's weird. All you got to do is go look it up. Go look at Texas, Louisiana, it's the Texas Railroad Commission. That's who governs the oil and gas. You can go find it. In all the states. Some of them make it 1 barrel of water, salt water, to 6 of oil. Some make it 4, whatever. I mean, it's 5 times safer oil is to go bathe in oil than it is to go jump in salt water. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. We are brainwashed by bullshit, people. Like we just are. We're brainwashed by bullshit. We're told what to think, why to think. Nobody looks it up on their own. Like it's weird. Like we have this massive tool the infinite gave us. Maybe we get it when we're blinking in and out 1,000,000 times. You know, like what we can think. And we have the ability to look it up. When we see some talking head on TV, like we should go, I wonder if that's true. God, I wonder if it's true. I probably should just look myself. I don't know. I love this one. This is something that we really don't know and don't consider. Words. Words are vibration. Words are magnetic. We know that the Planck, the smallest measurement in the body, it's a wave. It moves. Our sound. This is a word. I'm reaching y'all. I'm vibrating y'all. I'm vibrating myself when I'm talking. And all these little vibrations all around me. But let's just look at some of these words because this goes on. I mean, there are just thousands and thousands of these. What is awake? Awake. It's a funeral procession. So you wake in the morning. I am awake. I'm going to awake. Morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm happy that you're sad. Good morning. Good morning to you. The state of attending a wake or sadness. How about the weekdays? You are in a weekdays. You're in a weekdays. What do we tell ourselves with these vibrations and these words that we never consider and don't think about? We have a weekdays to earn a living. Earn, so we can be put into the earn. We earn our living. Bunch of interesting things that we tell ourselves that we don't think about. Job or Job, it's a Hebrew word that means persecuted. That's what it means. We're persecuted. And we do an undertaking. You know, we got to go do this undertaking. That's my job. It's an undertaking. It's an undertaking. We're undertaking ourselves. It's amazing. Do we ever think about that? Hello in reverse is oh hell. Oh hell, I got to say hi to you. Oh God. How about this one? I love this one. Atheist. Atheist. I'm an atheist. I believe in at least one deity. Atheist. Isn't that fascinating? I'm an atheist. And they don't even realize what they're saying. What their vibration is putting out. What does it even mean? It's interesting. There are so many words like this. It's an echo. It's a collusion with our consciousness. With these electromagnetic vibes. You know, what's the difference between culture and cult? Size, 3 letters. Texas is a cult. Louisiana is a cult. United States is a cult. I get people out here all the time say, man, is that a cult out there? What are y'all doing? Are y'all crazy? Stupid. Yeah, we have been deafened by the corruption of definitions and spells. We spell. Have you ever thought about that? It's a spell. We spell words. It's a magic spell. I highly encourage y'all to go YouTube Laurel Erica. She talks about this in great detail. It's very eye-opening. It's fascinating stuff. The words that we speak, I can or I can't. That's the narrative we tell ourselves. Oh, I don't know how to do that. Oh, I don't know where to start. I don't know what this to do. I don't know. I can't. Well, because you can't. You can't because you just said you can't. That would be like you, whenever you were doing the ecstatic dance around the bonfire, and if you'd have said, oh, I can't pick any music, I don't think I can do it. Well, then guess what? You couldn't have done it. You couldn't have done it. It's crazy. It's crazy. What if Andrew just said, man, I can't cook. I don't know how I cook. All of a sudden, he would stop cooking. If he kept telling himself that, he would just forget how to cook. I can't cook anymore. I can't do it. Cannot do it. He would talk himself right out of being a good cook. It'd be easy to do. But if he says, I can be better. I will be better next week. Guess what? He's going to be better. If Matt said, I'm going to be healthier today, Matt would be healthier today. No. It's true. It's true. Words have power. And we just don't understand how much power we have. Like, we have a lot of power, each one of us. Like, it's a lot. The words that we say, it creates love, it creates passion, it creates beauty, or it creates destruction and death and the ruination of emotions and shrivels us up. It's horrible. Who wants to live like that? We have the power to do it. We don't understand the infinite energies, universal power. We don't, what most people call God. And speaking of which, God is a label. It is not a name for a thing. Even in the Bible, it says it's Jehovah or Yahweh. There's a bunch of them. Or Jesus. Just so y'all know, that's all BS, because there was never a J until 500 years ago. It's a brand new letter. There was never a Jehovah or Jesus. You got the pronunciation wrong. Just so you know, it was about 500 years ago. That's when the J came. I just had to throw that in there because we don't know what we don't know, right? We just don't know what we don't know. How can we understand these things? Like how? How? Our mind is too small. But we can get a glimpse of it through meditation. Like, meditation is powerful. Some people in this room have had such powerful meditations it can throw you into ecstatic, beautiful moments or throw you into a regressive past experience that you still need to heal. Like, there are people in this room that I know that have had both. It's great. But what are you connecting to? Where are you going? What are you reliving? Where? It's fascinating. We don't understand religions. Like, I don't get them. There are zero, just so y'all know, all the main religions, zero original copies of any, or not copies, original text. Zero. They don't exist. The earliest copies of any religious, we'll just use Christianity as a good one, is about a little over 300 years after Jesus was supposedly on this planet at that time. I don't know the exact date, but there are no originals. That's something just to think about. It's fun to go explore. Where are the copies? Like, those original copies are only a few. They're only a few. It's pretty interesting. It's fascinating stuff. Why don't we believe what we believe? Because Mom and Daddy told us to. We don't understand people's near-death experiences. They're dead. I'm not talking about near death. I'm talking dead. And we've explored this many months ago, where somebody's dead and the person that died sees the doctor talking to the family, down the hall somewhere. There's no way the dead person, if they were still somehow could hear, they wouldn't be able to see way down there. They wouldn't be able to hear. They couldn't see what reaction was happening when family members at home or whatever. There's just countless stories where doctors are baffled. I don't know how you know that, and that's impossible. It's kind of like my mom being cured from cancer. Sometimes it happens. Yeah, sometimes people just know what happens across the world without... sometimes it just happens. That's a great, great scientific explanation. It's fantastic. We don't fully understand the vast studies of reincarnation. At the University of West Virginia, if y'all don't know Ian Stevenson, Wow, look him up. He has thousands and thousands before the internet of stories you just can't understand. Like, you cannot understand. Kid has a birthmark on the chest and tells the parents, oh, that's not a birthmark, that's where I got shot by, and this guy shot me over here in this other town here at that date. Yeah, I mean, like weird stuff like that. Or one of my favorite ones, because if I was reincarnated, I would definitely do this. This boy tells his son, tells his dad, he's like 8 years old or something like that, hey, my parents, I'm the parent of these boys, and they live a couple hundred miles away. And this little kid saying, hey, Dad, I'm also a dad to these grown 60-year-old men over there, and I got to go talk to them, and you need to take me there. And the dad's thinking his boy might have lost his mind, right? Like, my boy must be batshit nuts. Well, he figures out that there is a family 300 miles away where his boy would never be able to know that. And he goes there. The father takes his 8-year-old weirdo kid and goes over a couple hundred miles, and what happens? The little boy gets out like a boss, walks straight up to the two 60-year-old men, and he just starts chastising them. He's like, I told y'all not to do this, and this, and he starts getting on to them. How the hell do you explain that? Like, all the details of their lives and how he was raised and all this stuff is crazy. Well, I guess it just happens. I guess people can just do it. Yeah, that's a good way to it just happens. How about this? This is one we're very familiar with. We don't really understand how the energies change when people walk in a room. You want to hang out with that, she might be hot, but you want to hang out with a serious looking, rude, condescending girl? No. No, you don't. You want to be with a fun-loving, happy couple and laugh and cut up. Like, energies are a real deal. If somebody just walked in and they were just rude as hell, like, we would all feel it. It would change the vibe of the room. Or if Randall came in skipping and laughing and singing, man, all of a sudden we'd want to start singing. It's like me going to the bathroom and me and Bonnie start singing, I got sunshine, or whatever we were singing. I start singing, she starts singing, we start moving, she tells me to dance. Energy, what creates those vibes, right? We can't understand how meditation connects us to our inner self. Like, I can tell a massive, massive difference in my mood, in my behavior, how quick I am to judge. If I don't meditate, if I just get in a hurry in the morning or at night, it radically changes how I behave. I'm super, super quick to be an asshole. Really, I'll catch myself, like somebody will say something and my first thought is like, go fuck yourself. Really, I say that, but that's what I'm thinking internally. I don't just but I sure damn I get close sometimes, I get close. I can catch it now better than I used to. But we all have that, we have to be honest with each other and say, hey, I want y'all to know me, so I just am open and honest and tell you exactly what it is. But without meditation, man, I'd be like Matt and have like high blood pressure and shit. But what do we know? We know that we've been talking about all the things that we don't know or we don't really understand and that we need to remember that exist as we're living our life. But we do know that we need each other. We do know that we need very close friends. We do know how important that is. And I discover it more and more and more every single week being with y'all and developing our friendships. And speaking of developing friendships, a couple of y'all talk to Thomas pretty regularly. Man, it would be great to reach out to him just to see if he needs anything with his aunt. That would be fantastic. We know that we project ourselves onto other people. We know that. We've talked about it. People realize it. You realize it. Not everybody is you. Not everybody thinks and perceives like you do. But because something happens, you perceive it, so you automatically think that other person feels and acts that way because that's how you feel and act, or that's how you would do it. That's not true. We know that's not true. We know we shouldn't judge others or put them down because we don't know everything. Like, who the hell are we to call somebody else stupid? We just saw a whole list of shit. We don't have a clue what happens. Like, we don't know. And doctors don't know. Scientists don't know. We don't know. So how could we ever say, oh, that person's stupid? Really. And we do know that if we meditate, we can connect to ourselves, to others, and to the infinite. Like, I know that for a fact. I feel it's like I don't know, my personal meditation is so powerful sometimes. Like, I just feel like I'm like sucking in all the energies around me and doing this like tornado dance inside, and like it's just glorious. And, you know, I love it. It's real. And if that resonates with you and you're local, get that ass off the couch, come out here and make some friends. You're going to have a good time. You're going to have Laughing Andrew. You're going to have my buddy Matt and everybody else, because we're welcoming, we're non-judgmental, as long as you have good vibes. If you have bad vibes, stay your ass at home. We'll see you later.